It's March 1st. Just settled into Mid-Ard camp out here. It's where I'm going to be staying for the Strawberry Festival. And saw this guy right here. This one's kind of panicking because I'm getting too close, but never had a tortoise try to bite me. I've had plenty of this alligator snapping turtles try to, but it's moving pretty fast. I know, yeah. See, this one's smart. This one's smart. It's going down this trail here and away from the road. It's a smart turtle I didn't have to rescue. It's Tuesday, March the 2nd, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Florida, or this county in particular, has actually made an ordinance against people staying in their campgrounds in a converted trailer. Right. The way you can get around this is you put a tent on the same lot, and that's where you're staying. I'm staying in the tent. Okay, so I did that. Got my 10 by 10 here. Most of you guys would call this a tent, right? You call that a tent? Most of you guys out there would call this a tent. This is a tent, right? I'm staying in the tent. Well, I just had a couple of uniforms come by, park rangers, knock on my door, and told me that's not a tent. That's a canopy. It doesn't count as a tent. It's a few minutes after 4 now, and I'm now regulation compliant, I guess you could say, because that's not a tent, but this is, because it says so on a package, I guess. But so it's an hour and 20 minutes and $28 wasted later. I'm now county regulation compliant. Even found a few props, a blanket and an old pillow in here. Even found an old pair of shoes. So officially, this is where I'm staying. I am now quote-unquote tent camping while I'm here, because that's legal. Somehow that is not. Go figure. Yeah. People making these laws are quote-unquote worried about the environment, but they just created a lot of waste, because that is going to just go right in the trash into a landfill somewhere, because it's the only county where I'm ever going to use it. Quote-unquote use it. It's about 10 minutes after 10 on Thursday, March the 4th, 2021, and I'm walking to my booth for the very first day of the Plant City Strawberry Festival. It's called a festival, but it goes for 10 days, and it's got all of this. It's a fair. They should just change the name to Plant City Strawberry Fair. But they're still calling it a festival. Only big difference this year is there will be no live music, because they don't want people grouping up in the bleachers. Other than that, everything's going on as normal. It's one of the few fairs that actually happened in 2020 and also in 2021. This will be my booth. This one, and we have one other that's up closer to the food. But here we go. Put my stuff down here, the paper. I wanted to show this off. This is our break tent. Inside, we got, this is the table where we're going to be setting up the crock pot and making like meatballs and sandwich fixins, and all that's going to be out here. We've already got the coffee bar in place. There's the osprey nest, and there's a head of an osprey looking around, probably wondering what's going on with all this roller coaster noise. Oh, it just went back down, back up. That's Reba. For those of you that saw my Strawberry Fest video from last year, there's an osprey that kept flying in and out of that nest, and I named her Reba. I think that's Reba right there. She came back. the first Friday now, and I've decided to this year go ahead and get some of the centerpiece strawberry shortcake out here, which is in this big stone building. Normally the line goes all the way out the door, but it's shorter this year. That's where they're making it over there. They do one thing and they do it really, really well. And that is make strawberry shortcake. Fresh cut strawberries. You also have the option of having to put on a biscuit, if that's your thing. Making the pricing very obvious on the post as you're walking in. There's not going to be any of this. How much does this cost? The 2021 sticker. There it is. Adding that to the collection. 2021, we made it. Back in the break tent now, and we've added a few things to it, as you can see. A way to make coffee and tea, lots of snacks. You can even make your own ramen noodles, get cereal bars. It's gotten fancy. All right, so let's try this shortcake. Oh, it's good to be back. Okay, let's see that finished product there. I love it. What do you think?
That's awesome.
It's got these water vapor mist kind of things. And it's like right as you're coming through the gate, so it kind of looks like a metal detector. Kind of funny. It smells like something. Hold on, let me get. It smells. It's kind of like a fruit smell to it.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense. What's it called?
Crazy pineapple.
It's called a crazy pineapple.
Yeah.
Wow. That's definitely crazy.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm at my campground right now, leaving for a day of work on Friday, and just noticed this. Now, I have heard of these, but I've never seen one. They're very slow moving as they look, but they are manufactured to be a camper. You can tell from the plugs there in the windows. That is my first time ever seeing one. Extremely rare, very.
I'm only hoping that someone today is going to think that I put cheese in the salad. Perfect timing. But it was just simply butternut squash, and look, it even peels that old butternut for us at the same time. It's not magic, y'all. There's like a tiny gap in the back of that thing that just slides with the back. Seriously though, I wanted to make a point. Right now the pan is exactly the same temperature on the lid that it is at the base, and it really is cooking from the top down to the bottom.
Breaking Bad.
And it'll be
100% cane
all
sugar.
the way through without having to turn it over. Think about it. You get home from a long, hard day of work, throw your meat and potatoes in the pan, and go take a shower. Would you agree with me if I said that the kitchen was the most expensive room to furnish of the entire house? Who's with me on that? Yeah, you bought a house lately or done a little bit of remodeling? Oh my God!
Yeah.
You're kidding!
Very peanutty. With flaky layers of it. Pretty good.
Drop it in the guide, click the knock into the string, just to draw back up the regular bow. And the boleros,
Right.
home kicks.
These nice ladies have, they've bought some of the white strawberries.
Peekaboo.
They're called, okay, peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. I was asking about the taste, and they were nice enough to just hand me one. So now, I'm gonna try it too. It's like, how different is it from a regular classic red strawberry?
Supposed to be a bit citrusy, a bit pineapple-y.
I'm getting a little bit of pear, like you were saying.
That's what I feel like the texture is more of a pear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not quite as like, it's a little more mild, but I'm still tasting strawberry there. Not tasting anything pineapple-y though.
Obviously, we need to eat the entire box.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you, ladies.
You're welcome. Welcome.
Awesome.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. So a little after 4 now, on the second Friday of the fair. It was at March 12th, 2020, out here at my booth. I just got, about an hour ago, got my second reject of the Strawberry Festival. And for a festival this many hours and this many faces being drawn, I think that's to be expected. That's pretty standard to get, 2 or 3. This one I'm going to call a respectful rejection because I can totally understand why they didn't want it. And I still have it right here. I didn't actually wad it up immediately. And it's this one right here. Yeah, a rejection is where they say, we don't like it, we're not going to pay for it. And it looked just like her. Didn't really look like the kid quite so much. And that was because he was amped up with all the noise, lights, music. Did not want to sit still. I did the best I could on him, and she kept yelling at him to settle down, sit down, quit moving around. He kept flopping over in his chair and getting up. And so her complaint was that this made her look angry, or the word she said was like female dog. But the entire time she was sitting there, she did have that kind of angry look stamped on her face, probably because she was yelling at her kid. But my impression was that was like her default, and that she was like that most of the time. I could be wrong, but yeah, she said, "Why didn't you ask me to smile? I look like a blank blank." And so I was like, "Well, if you don't like it, you don't have to buy it." She didn't like flat out refuse to pay for it. She would just made it clear that she was not happy with it. And with somebody not happy with a drawing, one like this out here is going to cost $40. I don't want you to spend $40 on something you're not happy with, especially when I've got my YouTube channel posted right on the easel, and you know that complaining could come back around. You know, this Ashtoons did a bad drawing of me, and it gets posted on YouTube, and then it goes around on Facebook, and before you know it, I'm having a harder time getting people to sit down. So I would rather just take the hit and not ever buy it. And I totally understand on this one. So this is a respectful reject. But the other one I got, I was kind of upset about because I felt like I did a really good job on the one earlier this week that got rejected. That was one of my better ones of the day, but then she just didn't want it. So that one I did wad up right in front of the customer. But this one, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch this ceremonial destroying of the reject. File it into the trash can. Here we go. There we are. That's what we do with the rejects. And if the lady that I was drawing is by any chance watching this video, I'm sorry. I tried. I'm sorry I ended up wasting your time on your day off out here trying to have a good time at the fair. I apologize. And I was kind of hoping she was going to get one of the other artists to redo it, but I guess she just didn't have the time to sit down and get it done. She had her son done in black and white by somebody else. Life of the caricature artist. The inhuman Low already dropped the marker, still going like a machine, and she had Liz go and get her some food from the crew mill right there. It's just sitting back there, getting cold. She's still at it. No signs of stopping. Only minutes after closing. Last night, the second Sunday, March the 14th. This is the way our booth looks now. There's our Susan's doing some barbells here. So there's our second booth, already broken all the way down. Princess top down. Right there.
This is the feet.
Yeah. Pile is beginning to grow. We'll come in tomorrow after the sun is up and pick these up with the truck. Morning after. Morning after it all ended. Just packed up, making our first load.